Welcome to the November-December 2021 Tukwila Fire Department message. I'm here at our conference room at Station 52, where Chief Kaneska has our photography portrait area set up, and I thought that would be a nice background for this month's message. I do have a few things that I would like to share with you today, a couple of visitors that are going to be part of this video as well. So to begin with, I do want to talk a little bit about this list. So I have a PDF list of where we're at with our NeoGov evaluations for 2021. I'm very pleased that we only have 4 people on the entire department who have not started their evaluation yet. So if you're one of those 4, you know who you are, get it done because the goal was to have that portion done by November 30th. And then for all of us to be completed a week from today, which is today is the 7th. So by December 14th, I wanted us all done with this so that we can go into the holidays and not have this weight hanging upon us. Again, please, if you have any questions about this at all, talk to one of your supervisors. Take it up the chain of command if you don't understand how to do something. Chief Golden has been deeply involved with the process, and we will continue to work on the process going into 2022 and make sure that we have the competencies for the fire department included in the 2022. Again, remember, focus on this, set some personal goals for yourself, do the best that you can. Use the narrative section to bring up things that aren't covered in the employee evaluation. Next up, I have Mark Liam is in the room with me. That's why we have our masks on. As I exit, I'll bring him in. Mark Liam is part of our tech team for our ham operators for the city of Tukwila, someone who is a very trusted partner in our communication efforts in the city and specifically for emergency services. So I will turn the time over to him for a few short minutes for him to say hello so that you can get to know him better as he will be in and out of our facilities moving forward. So without further ado, Mark Liam.
All right. Thank you, Chief. As Chief Whitworth said, my name is Mark Liam. I have been a Tukwila resident my whole life, and I am also the founder and president of the Tukwila Emergency Communications Team. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary serving the city of Tukwila, and our purpose here is to provide emergency communications in the event of a major disaster that takes down the normal communications infrastructure. So it's not to be used in day-to-day emergency services, but in the event that the normal emergency communications services are down, then the amateur radio or ham radio infrastructure and the volunteers that we have can get into action and provide communications working with the city in the EOC. This is probably the only city or jurisdiction I know of in the world where all of the firefighters are licensed all the way up to the chief to be able to train and use the ham radio infrastructure. So in case of that emergency, we are able to hit the ground running with providing those services to you guys and communicating with all of you. So the last couple of years with the pandemic, I have not been going around to the fire stations much, staying out of your spaces. And we're now that things are opening up some more, I'm spending some more time building the radio room in the Justice Center EOC and also here in the Station 52 backup EOC. We have a radio closet in each location that I'll be going into and out of to install radios, program radios, test radios, and so forth. In addition, we have radios in all of the fire stations and all of the apparatus, so I will be requesting access to those things every now and then to program the radios. I'm also the voice of the Sunday night drill, which is an important drill for us because it gives us an opportunity to communicate with you guys, touch base, give you a chance to practice kind of the protocols of communicating over ham radio and to test all of the equipment as much as possible. So if you identify any problems with any radios, feel free to share that with me on the Sunday Night Net, or you can communicate that through Jason as well. So thank you very much for everything you guys do. The residents of Tukwila are very proud of our department, and we're very grateful for everything you guys do to watch out for us. So you'll be seeing my face around a little more, and feel free to say hello if you have any questions about amateur radio or anything along those lines, or you want to talk communications, let me know, and we can do that. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Mr. Liam. Mark is a great asset to the city. He has shown a lot of appreciation to the city for the ability of his tech team to continue to operate. It's probably been 3.5, almost 4 years ago that I got certified. It is kind of an arduous process to go through, but definitely worth it to understand how that works. Mark did mention that he is not aware of any other city that has a program like this. I think we're fairly unique in that, though I did hear recently that LA County has a program that is very similar to ours. They do weekly tests, much like we do on Sunday evening. So I want to encourage you, if you are licensed, and it is current, there are a few of our people who have allowed that to lapse, but as long as it's current, you can get on there Sunday evening and participate in those communication drills. That is the expectation from the department. I do have a few more things that I would like to cover, and before moving on, I do want to thank Mark once again for taking a little time this afternoon to come down and to share with us his thoughts and views about the tech team. Last month, I shared I guess a leadership message is probably the best way to put it. It's called 1% Better, about the English biking team, and I've received some feedback from that, so I thought it would be appropriate for me to address that with our fire department team. The feedback is that the chief thinks that the Tukwila Fire Department is just in a horrible condition, because that's the way that the story went about the English biking team, about how they hadn't won any races or had done very, very poorly for decades, and that they were really hurting quite a bit. That was not my intent from the message. I'm sorry if that was what the perspective was of some. I believe, and I truly feel, that the Tukwila Fire Department has some of the most talented emergency workers in the country. I have traveled around the country, have interacted with many on a national level, and to some degree on an international level. And Tukwila definitely has some of the most talented emergency workers that I have been privileged to work with. So the reason and the intent of that message was the 1% better discussion. And when I heard that message, it really impacted me pretty hard, because in many ways I feel like there's areas that I can improve on, and that sometimes it seems very daunting to me, the task to improve. And the intent of that message is just do 1% better today. You don't have to tackle the whole thing at once. So for each of us individually, that is my recommendation to you. And that is the reason for the story about the English biking team. That they brought in a new coach that basically shared that philosophy with the team, and that they just precept by precept, a little bit here, a little bit there, they got better, they got better, they got better, and have won the Tour de France recently. They've received the most medals of any biking team in the last 2 Olympics. So some really good examples to look and to follow there. One of the things that I feel is a good comparison is that I feel like we're a really good organization. We have a lot of good things going on, and that the feedback I get from the community is just phenomenal about how well our people treat our customers, our community. And the outcomes are terrific. Our outcomes are some of the best outcomes in the region, bar none. I feel like I'm a pretty good husband. Can I do better? Absolutely, I can do better, even if it's just 1% better. Talked a lot about first family first and how important it is to put your family first. I can be 1% better at that myself. We will continue to have the chief tie-in meetings with each of the shifts. I feel that they're effective. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from the crews as we interact. Every other cycle, we have those chief tie-in meetings with each of the shifts. We try to bring things to the crews that are relevant, that will help you to do your job better. Also needs that are requested from the crews, we try to respond to those and take care of what your needs are. So please, I implore you to make a list if you need to, but bring those ideas and thoughts to those meetings. Tying things up for this month, I would like to share with you that our 4th quarter of employee of 2021 is Bill Rodal. Captain Rodal is assigned to the training consortium. He has been very influential with our department as well as the training consortium. He has built a name for himself there, a very trusted member of that training group. As you know, he has taken part in a number of the fire academies that have been held there in recent times. He told us just yesterday that he will be taking on the January and February academies that are starting. We have interacted with Bill on a one-on-one basis as he does the evaluations for the two recruits that are in the academy now for Tukwila. And a powerful person when he walks in the room. He's quiet, reserved, but yet is very, very to business with those individuals. So we're so fortunate to have Bill with the department and to name him the 4th quarter employee of 2021. As I tie up this message to you this month, I will end this video, and then on the back end of this video, we actually recorded presenting that award to Captain Rodal in front of many at the training consortium and the latest academy. Folks were in the room as well. Very well received, and I know it was quite an honor for Bill. In closing, I do want to wish each of you a happy holiday. Remember to put first families first always. Take care of yourself and each other, and be safe out there. Thank you.